Hey, what's up? It's your favorite homegirl, Shanell. What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome to another episode of Sex, Love, and Vibes. Y'all, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. Tonight we're gonna talk about self-confidence, being aware of self. We're gonna talk about managing stress, and then lastly, we're also gonna touch on the topic regarding sex. So yeah, tonight's episode gonna get a little juicy, and I'm super excited about it. I'm ready. I'm ready. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to my new production team. I appreciate you all so very much. I'm super excited. For those who may not know, I have been doing this for a few months now, but it's all been available audio on Spotify and Anchor. So now y'all actually can see my face. Y'all actually can see me. So if you're not following me, you need to be following me. You need to follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on YouTube, on every damn thing. All you got to do is type in my name, Shanell Thomas. If you can't do that, then you need to type in Sex, Love, and Vibes, and your girl is going to pop right up. So every Saturday, I'm going to be right here with another episode at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss it because I'm going to be talking my shit. I love it. I love it. You don't want to miss it. I'm gonna be talking my shit. Now, on today's episode, I'm actually joined with two lovely women. The first one would be Miss Chundey Williams. I think she's already in. And I am super excited about this because I met Chudney last year, I believe, around this time. And she's dope as fuck. She is so fucking dope. Free spirit, outgoing, pole dance instructor. I mean, she's bomb. Entrepreneur, like, I love her. Then also around this time, I met the Miss Lovely J, the Loveologist. Oh my goodness, I see your face, beautiful. Hi. I see your face, beautiful.
Hello, how we doing?
Hey, y'all, I'm so excited. I am super duper excited. Y'all look so amazing. Look at y'all.
Come through. Girl, you full of the affirmations tonight. I'm feeling it. Keep bringing it.
Oh yes, baby. That's always me. That's always you. Right. Don't even worry about Chudney. I just got to
look. I just Chudney got her drink on. Look.
Yeah, yes. I got my drink. All right, so y'all missed that part already. Y'all done already did it all, No, but I just started and I was gonna give an introduction, but I got both of y'all here at the same time. So first I want to start off with Chud. Like, Chudney, give your introduction, tell everybody exactly who you are with your bomb ass. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, I am Chudney. I teach pole fitness, so I'm a pole girl. Outside of pole, I'm pretty much a free-spirited person, and I'm an open book. You can ask me anything you want. I'm going to give you the best answer I got and the only answer I got, as candid as it comes. It ain't really too much to me. Like, I pole, yes, that's my vulnerability space. It's provided so many things for me on a spiritual level and on a mental level and on a feminine level. I'm a masculine type of person, so with pole, I can dang near say it saved my life, so I give my life to pole. So
I love it. I love how you said that. That was real nice. Before you got on here, Chud, the crazy thing is, when I was introducing you, I said the exact same thing. I'm like, she's so fucking dope, outgoing, and she's free spirit. So that's crazy that you just touched on that. But yes, fucking dope. I actually attended. That's how I first met Chudney. I attended one of her classes for my birthday. Boy, you talking about working out? She done taught us how to twerk. She done taught us how to business. And after that, let me just tell you, on my birthday weekend, right after that, we was all hungry, high as hell. She like, y'all want some? We gonna get some tacos? Where we going? We went and got tacos and was doing the dance routine outside of the taco truck. People looking at us like, what they doing? I'm like, she done taught us some shit. Now we out here acting like we on the damn pole.
Absolutely.
It was a blast. The spirit, the love, the confidence is awesome. Jay, what is so fucking dope about this is, like I said, met Jay. It's been about a year now, if not going on a year. And I came to her like, this is what I'm doing. What you think about being a part of this? She did not even hesitate. Absolutely. What you want to do? Mm-hmm. So if you could, if you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself for everyone?
Yeah, my name is Jay. My pronouns are she and they, and I am a clinical sexologist. I have 2 master's degrees devoted in this work, and almost finished with my doctorate. I'll be finished in August. I specialize in all things intimacy, so not just sex, because I think that individuals, especially, I will say in my generation, I'm a millennial, but I think individuals in general think that sex is just like the coup de grace, like that's it. But you gotta get that shit wet. You gotta listen. You gotta have some intimacy. You gotta be able to have some good foreplay. You gotta have some good before care. And my job is really getting people into that mindset that you have to be a little bit more and have a growth mindset when it comes to intimacy and sex. Not just what Pornhub dishes out to you, because if we learn just by Pornhub, we're just up a shit's creek, because Pornhub just ain't thanging.
It ain't that.
So people come to me to thanging.
Absolutely. Look, absolutely. So I told y'all tonight was gonna be juicy, because it ain't no damn script. Everything I do is like, we're talking like ladies night in type shit. So we're literally just talking. First thing first, that I wanted to talk about was confidence, and not just like self-confidence, but even confidence in the bedroom, in and outside of the bedroom. A lot of people be afraid to talk about it. That's something I struggle with, especially, I struggle with both of my kids, but especially after having my son, like with postpartum depression or whatever like that. My body was changing. Everybody like, Shanell, you look good. You're still skinny and stuff, but you don't feel like that after having a baby. Then I had anxiety, and then I had other diagnoses and health issues that caused me to just be extremely hard on myself. So like, I just want to talk about that, because people be trying to shy away from confidence when it comes to that. And that shit, like, is serious. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely serious, and it could affect a lot of things, not just your mental health, but physically and shit, intimacy in the bedroom. It can definitely affect it. So, I mean, Chudney, like for instance, now you're a pole dance instructor. Tell me about some conversations you came across with women who struggle with confidence. Like, what are some examples of that?
Dang near all my students that come in struggle with confidence issues because something has happened, something has traumatized them. Either a love interest has went wrong, and then they just need a little boost in their confidence or anything like that. I ain't gonna try to put their business out there and stuff like that. But,
no, of course not. I wanted to know, because I know, like, when I came to you on my birthday, it was actually 2 months. 2 months postpartum after I had gave birth to my son. Mm-hmm. So it was my homegirl's idea. Hey, you love dancing. You know what I'm saying? We used to do that. That's what we need to do. We need to take you to do that, so that can boost up your confidence so you can feel better. Like, it got to the point where I just didn't feel like myself. You know what I'm saying? And at the time I was in a relationship. So I was like, I don't even want him to touch me. Like, I don't want him to look at me like this. Like, I was complaining about my stomach. The only thing I wasn't complaining about was my little hump in the back. I'm like, oh, I got a little tooth.
Hello, got a little jello shot back there.
But yeah, so that's why I wanted to bring that up, because the field that you're in, I know that you come across like many women who may struggle with confidence, and they may take your class, like you said, to boost their confidence or whatever.
Right.
I mean, and not only impress themselves or work on their body, but to impress their significant other and stuff like that. So that's what made me bring that up.
And that's what I try to get all my students away from, trying to impress anybody, whether it's a spouse, anybody outside of themselves, because when you come in, it has to start with you. I don't care what you doing, anything for anybody else, it's not going to work if you're not doing it for yourself. Can't nobody else put a smile on my face than the smile that I got after I left my first pole class. And I'm divorced. So I got into pole fitness while I was married and divorced in the midst of it, you know. So with vulnerability, even I struggle with confidence, even right now sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I'm experienced as hell. So it's not about the pole. It's not about the chair. It's not about the resistance bands. You know, it's not about that. It's about you coming into class and shaking off whatever life had to throw at you. And you can do it in the midst of another group of women who you don't know, you may know, or anything like that, but we know the struggle. So we can sit here and do this together. Like, I see the way she putting into it, that's going to make me loosen up a little wee bit more, you know, and that's what I like. That's why I teach. It's for those moments right there, because that twinkle when somebody get it in their eye, when they finally got something down, when they didn't think that they could do it, or they lost a little bit of their power. And then, yeah, I'm going to gloat a little bit. You come to me to help you get your power back, baby. Come on in this door. You know what I'm saying? Because we helping each other. And I would love nothing more but to keep helping people get their confidence back, because that's what it's about. I don't care what type of person you are, who you are, what somebody else that made you out to be, baby. It's about how you feel with yourself. And if yourself feels like you 100 on top tier, excuse my boob, top tier, then that's all that matters. I don't care what your mama say. I don't care what your daddy say, or your bald-headed auntie. I don't care what nobody say. Okay? It is about you. And if you like what you're doing and you love what you're doing, and whatever part of your journey is, that's what you stay on. And that's why you come to my class. Because, one thing you're going to do is walk out feeling on top of the world after mine. I don't care what trick it is.
I told them we didn't went to tacos. We went straight to tacos. I'm like,
and we rode some scooters after that too, baby. It ain't just about spinning.
Absolutely. Now, Jay, do you have anything that you would like to add in that? Because like you see many clients, and I'm pretty sure confidence is one thing that you bring up with some of your clients. Like, is there something you would like to add? Is there a journey you would like to share when referring to the word confidence at all?
Yeah. Intimacy and sex is all about confidence.
Right.
It's about being able to alleviate sexual shame. You know, society puts this pressure in these views and these expectations on individuals, and individuals sometimes feel like they have to be in this mode, in this box, in order to be performative, in order to either give pleasure or to, you know, receive pleasure. You know, we've had a lot of individuals as of late really talk about the fact that they've been faking orgasms. What's his name's wife off of the Breakfast Club that said that she was faking orgasms for how many years with him, and people are like, how was that possible? And then what's her name?
Chick?
I forgot what her name is. She just made a post about the fact that she had her first orgasm. She's in her 30s. She had her first orgasm ever, and people are like, how is that possible? How can you be with somebody for years and not have an orgasm? Very easy, because what individuals do, especially women, what they do is they lower their confidence, and they lower their ability to even be pleased, in order to boost up the egos of the individuals that they're with. Because we are servant leaders. We believe in pushing people up, but we somehow neglect ourselves in the process. We neglect our passion, pleasure, and purpose. Absolutely. And I believe 100% that pleasure is one liberational, it's emancipatory, and it is something that everyone is entitled to.
Absolutely.
And if we do not prioritize our passion, pleasure, and purpose, then nobody else will. Nobody else will. So it is about confidence, because if you're not able to achieve an orgasm, if you're not able to prioritize your passion, pleasure, and purpose, then, hey, you cannot depend on anybody else to do it. It's about learning yourself. It's about learning your body. It's about learning your boundaries. It's about unlearning your shame and all these expectations that society has on you. And I really love how Chudney put it. Like, you know, we're putting this place to give people their power back. And that, you know, not to get spiritual, but I'll get a little spiritual. That's the Lord's work.
Right.
And sometimes some people look at me and they're like, man, like you do some whole shit because you're talking about sex. You're talking about this and that. No, I'm saving souls. I'm saving relationships. I'm saving marriages. I'm saving people that have been in situations for many years where they feel like they've been depleted and they feel that they've been used and abused and their bodies are only vessels to be played with. And now they're starting to discover.
She better come.
True.
Look,
Listen.
she better, when she come through.
Listen, I'm gonna stop right.
What up, Claude?
This is so, it's important. The work that Chudney's doing is important, and Shanell, the work that you're doing is important because we don't want to talk about this stuff. Black women in general, we've been taught that, hey, either you're gonna be a hoe or you're a housewife, or you know, there's like these two polar opposites. But people are so filled with sexual shame, especially Black women. We're afraid to be Jezebels. We're afraid to be this niche of stereotypes of society as told us to be, and that impacts our intimacy. That impacts how we show up in the bedroom. It impacts our confidence.
Absolutely.
So we have to have individuals like Shanell and Chudney and myself to say, hey, you deserve to get your passion, your pleasure, and purpose on too. You deserve to be happy. And if you're out there, you deserve to be happy too. So get you some pole dancing. Go see a sexologist.
Yes.
Tune into this show regularly so you can learn some things.
Period. I love the fact how both of you guys touched on. Look, come through. Look, come through. He better. You guys touched on things that I wanted to mention anyway during this episode. One thing in particular is I can honestly say that we as women, especially Black women, we be so afraid to talk about that because the minute you talk about that, somebody like, ugh, oh, she a hoe, or ooh, that's not ladylike. You know what I'm saying? Years ago, you know, look, bro, like talk ladies. But years ago when I was married, to my daughter's father, whatever, I struggled, and I'm not afraid to admit this. You know, I'm always gonna tell my truth on my goddamn show. I had no fucking problem, but I struggled with like just being insecure about my body all around. And I can honestly say that it was a lot of things I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, or I'm not gonna talk about that. I was married. You know what I'm saying? I was married at the time. And I'm just, no, because my parents, much older parents, strict, old school parents. So if you said the word sex in the crib, your ass was getting in trouble. Like, sex. If I said stuff, and they're like, oh, pregnant, that's what you said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said, Daddy. I was just trying to ask a question. You know, so when you're brought up in a household like that, and as you get older, it scares you. You know, it allows you to shut down to the point where you don't want to ask questions, to the point you don't want to even explore, or you don't even want to try to be, you know, that sexual being or whatever. And then you're never happy. You don't know what the fuck to do because you're so closed-minded, you know? So I can honestly say that I agree with you when it comes to that. And I hate the fact that we're like that. I really hope that that changes. Whoever is watching this fucking episode, if you struggling with that, I hope you change instantly, because that shit it's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? You got to love on you. You know, if you're in a relationship or, you know, you're in a marriage or whatnot, you know, love on you so that you can explore life. That don't make you a fucking hoe for asking questions. That don't make you a hoe for being spontaneous and wanting to know your body. Another thing you said is orgasm. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe how many women don't know their fucking bodies.
A lot.
When not schools no longer have sex education. I went to a performing arts school, so we didn't.
They do not.
They do not. And our school didn't have it. I went to a performing arts school back in Gary, so unfortunately we didn't have that. But we had other shit. My friends, you know what I'm saying, would talk to me or whatever like that. And I wasn't even out there like that. But, you know, I was just always ask questions. I like read books or whatever. But you'd really be surprised. Even women who have given birth already, they don't know their bodies. You know, I've had talks with homegirls and they be like, orgasm, isn't that the same as like a climax thing? You know what I'm saying? Or squirting. I ain't never did that. And I'm just like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, and we have given birth. Like, you have literally given birth and this is your body that you're with from birth to, you leave, and you have no clue. So my thing is, if you're not willing to learn your body, ask questions, or read, then how in the fuck do you know if you're being completely satisfied? How do you know? So people be ashamed of that. People be afraid to even talk about masturbation and shit like that. Well, if you don't masturbate, how the fuck you gonna tell dude where you started and how it's gonna go? Like, like, so the sound effect is killing me. Keep coming through with the sound effect. So, like, Jay, for instance, like with you, I want to call you like the expert in this type of field. Like, is it common for you to get those type of questions? Like, it is. It's
very.
Yeah.
You have to think. Statistics say that about 3/4 or 75% of women have never had an orgasm, and I would say it's a little bit more than 3/4, to be honest, because one, we tend to pathologize our bodies. So when it comes to sex and intimacy, we think of like all the negative things. We think of all the diseases. We think of all the ailments. We think of pain. We don't think of pleasure. And even when we're taught about our bodies, I grew up Southern Baptist. You keep your modesty cloth on. You cross your knee. You cross your legs at the knee or at the ankle.
Yep.
You don't, like my mom used to say. My mom's ultra liberal, so my mom was my first sex educator. And if you've been on my Facebook, you've probably seen some of the quotes that my mom has said about orgasm attainment. Like, she is like GQ about orgasm attainment. She really feels like people need to prioritize their pleasure. But even my mom will say that she has been taught some things that about the vulva that have definitely cause shame. Like, this area of your body, you have to close off. You have to be ashamed about that. We as women should not have any type of scent. We have to be walking around smelling like roses like 100% of the time, that our vulvas have to look a certain way. And that is what society pushes out. In our sex education in the United States of America is based on preventative medicine. It's about prevention and abstinence. It's not about pleasure attainment. So we have adults out here walking around, have no idea the difference between a vagina and a vulva, so they utilize it interchangeably. They don't know anything about like how you can have different forms of orgasm, how you can have different forms of pleasure, how you don't need penetration in order to have an orgasm.
My favorite.
I look, for those who may not, who may need to know or whatever like that. And I've had, separate conversations with Jay a while ago, but do you mind explaining the difference? We talk, we talk. So we do that on here. Look at Chudney. Like, explain. This is what we're doing. We're being informative.
It's going to be a lesson.
It's going to be a lesson tonight.
Talk to him, Pastor.
What'd you say, Chudney?
Talk to him, Pastor.
Now, what do you want me to teach these people?
So so like we just agreed up on, like, a lot of people don't know that there's different ways to have an orgasm. How many different ways? Can you explain that? Like, how many different ways?
Yeah, there's vaginal, and then there's definitely clitoral, but there's also energetic orgasms as well too. So spiritual. People can have vaginal orgasms. Yeah, they most definitely can. They can definitely have clitoral orgasms, and particularly women. There's individuals, and I think that if we're talking about individuals that that have vulvas, and I'm primarily centering individuals that have vulvas, not mentioning individuals that have penises or have maybe intersex genitalias as well too. That's another conversation we can get into. But individuals that have vulvas, they can have so many different forms of orgasms because penetrative, clitoral, energetic, all of that is within your disposal. We have different erogenous zones on our body. whether it's behind your ear, near your pulse points.
I heard about the foot. Is that true?
Yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard about the foot. I saw it. I read about it, and I saw it.
People can have orgasms. Listen, put your leg up and behind your leg. Behind
now
your
wait a minute,
knee
I didn't
is
stretch
an
today.
erogenous zone. Touch behind your knee, so you can show these folks. Behind your knee is an erogenous zone that some people.
Let me find out. I'm gonna touch my knee right there. Let me see something.
Touch my knee right there in the back.
Yes.
I know that's right.
Touch that thing. But you're not gonna know that unless you pleasure map.
Mm-hmm.
And what I teach my clients, and I also am I teach individuals to become sexologists. So I have the inclusive sex coach program through my company. What I'm teaching them as well too is there's different parts of your bodies you can map out and you can explore, and you can say, hey, I've never known that behind my ear was a great space for me. I never knew that between my arm is a great, amazing space for me. And if they stay there with some type of sensation, I may achieve an orgasm.
Now I'm gonna be trying shit.
It's totally possible.
That's right there.
What Cat Williams said, you got to keep trying shit till try shit. That didn't work. Try it again.
Right.
Try it again.
You ain't caressed the back of my knee softly enough. I need you to do it with your fingertips, okay?
Exactly. Right. Do it with your fingertips. We're gonna do a little something.
With some ice, or with a sensory wheel, or with some silk, or with
you can shock me.
Glide with your fingernails. See, I'm a same gender loving woman. So there's nothing like a woman taking their nails and gliding it on your skin.
We ain't got it all. We ain't got it all.
Listen. It ain't nothing like a woman's touch. I ain't trying to, to each their own, whatever you like, I love. Baby, it is nothing like a woman's touch. You ain't got to tell her nothing. Now, some of these little heifers nowadays, you maybe. But the old heifers, they know what to do. You ain't got to say a word because you're another woman. You know how you want to be touched, irregardless of anything else. You know how you want to be touched. You know how you want to touch. You know exactly. This is what makes women so daggone powerful. Whatever word I'm trying to come up with.
Magical.
Magical. Just funky. Just pleasurably funky. It's and this ain't nothing against the men, but y'all gotta listen. As men, when it comes to pleasure, y'all gotta take y'all ego out of that thing because listen, y'all don't be doing what y'all think y'all be doing. Okay, y'all got to listen. We ain't trying to tell y'all to bruise your ego. I don't fool with the ego. You got to throw that shit out the door when you come talk to me anyway. Absolutely. But it ain't about bruising your ego or nothing of the sort. If women is what you are attracted to, and that is your prized possession, then y'all got to shut up and y'all got to listen because we the ones that you're trying to pleasure. It ain't, and now we got a canal, so you gonna feel that, irregardless when you put it in and when you put it out. We may not. It don't have nothing to do with the size of the vagina, the canal, or any other parts that's down there. It don't have nothing to do with that. But y'all gotta listen because we want to be with y'all too sometimes. I love both. So
same.
Y'all have to listen. If we say, oh, yeah, that right there, don't move. Don't get to doing the Mr. Swirl and the hula hoop and don't get to doing all that. I need you to listen and stay confident. Okay? Because it's going to get real serious in here if you listen to me. Okay, all right. Now I ain't got to tell you nothing else. Now you know exactly what to do. But y'all want to listen.
Exactly. And beating it up all the time.
That's not healthy.
That's not what she thought.
That's not healthy.
Are we beefing? Did she do something to you? No wonder why she dry, because she want to beat her up. God dang it. That's not what she want.
That's not.
It'll go from a Wet n Wild sliding park all the way to Bros Bush Mary. I don't know what. What's What's wrong with you?
Not when they know they just confident as fuck. You like, no, I'm hurting. You're hurting.
It hurts. Yeah.
It hurts, nigga.
Now all of a sudden, now here come the names. Now here come the degrading. Now I got to demean you. Now you mad. Now I'm going on Facebook and I'm embarrassed you. Cause don't do that. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna. Yeah, I will.
But no, it's the truth though. It's definitely the truth. I got a question for you all, especially with you all saying that because I've been told that I have friends who are bisexual and I have friends that are full blown like lesbians, whatever. But I've been told like because you are a lady, women know. Like you just know off top. So with that being said, like when going down that route, do you think that that's when you found out more about your body, or have you you've known before then? Did you learn more after being with you know what I'm saying?
You know,
I feel like Chudney knows. She like, yeah.
You know, I used to be a stud.
Okay.
Don't let the weave and the lipstick fool you. I used to be a stud, and so I used to take on a very masculine role, especially when it came to intimacy as well too. And I will say that even when I was a stud, you know, I was informed by, unfortunately, some very misogynistic ways of pleasure, the beating it up and stuff like that, especially when I was. And it can happen. You know, just because you're with a woman doesn't mean that you're not informed by society's way of how pleasure should be. So we have individuals that utilize straps, and they want to primarily utilize straps, and they want to utilize super big ones without the consent of their partner, and it's not pleasurable for them, you know.
The hell I'm gonna do with a 14-inch scam strap on?
What am I gonna do with a 14? What am I gonna do with that?
Especially if we ain't married. You ain't
So being with a woman does not mean automatically that you're going to have a pleasurable experience. It does not mean. But what it does mean, that especially if you find the right woman, it's just like if you find the right man. Because I've had some men that had me like,
oh, okay,
sir, get off me.
Yeah, sir, get off me. What's
get off me. On? Get out of there. Exit immediately.
Now, what was it? Wrong hole, fool.
Wrong hole.
What is it supposed to look like?
But the key is communication, like Chudney said.
Right.
Those people that are able to be in tune with your body communicate. They understand your body language. They understand when you arch your back, what that means for your pleasure. Mm-hmm. They understand when you're not kind of giving. When
she ain't wet.
And it's not even just wet, because you know our bodies as women, we kind of ebb and flow, especially if we're going through menopause or something like that. We can go through moments where we're wet, and then we're dry, and then we're wet again. But it's like, okay, how's my body responding? Am I just laying there like, oh yeah, baby, that's good?
Let's not forget about the foreplay, because a lot of motherfuckers don't even know what to do, how to do it, and what exactly that means. They just feel like instantly, I'm gonna just go in. No.
Yeah, they just don't do that. I'm about to die.
I'm just about to. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
and like, you know what?
It's something important that we need to understand or whatever.
Listen, this is a PSA for all the men out there. If you don't wash your hands before you get to putting them down there by my vagina,
after you had hot wings,
you done scratched your hand, you done scratched your nuts, you done sat there and went to the gym, you done went to work, you done went over to homie house, you done rolled a blunt, you done poured some alcohol, you done spilled a little bit of the raviolis, and goddamn it, if you don't go wash your hands, now you horny. Wash your hands.
I got a friend who told me that she has this thing that she does with her partner or partners, whatever, is that before they even get intimate, she like, let's take a shower together. Yes. And I said, that's good, you know, and she said she's had issues where a guy would complain about the shit or whatever, but she said, that's my thing, because
He ain't want no coochie.
You ain't got no choice. If you want some shit, that's what you're gonna do. We get in the shower together. We can still flirt, have foreplay in the shower.
That's intimacy right there. Get in, wash my back. You know what I'm saying? I can't reach that all the time. I got to get an extra loofah or something. I want to see how gentle you gonna be with me. Hell, y'all men complain about our masculine energy, but y'all damn near some of your actions place us in a masculine place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta want me. If you want me to be soft, you gotta give me some tenderness. I'm not your home. I mean, I may be your homie, but I'm not your G. You know what I'm saying? Might be, but you get what I'm saying.
Right.
Don't save that hard shit for your homies over there on 63rd. Well, wait a minute, they're not supposed to be from 63rd, but you get what I'm saying.
We get it.
You gotta have a soft spot for your woman if you want her to keep having a soft spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Don't just, if you want to shake up with me, then I'm gonna treat you in a shake up type of situation. Now you want to caress my shoulder, bring me in a little bit. I'll be like, oh, okay.
Right, we can do that. That's
It's
nice.
little things like that.
That's
it's the
nice.
build up. That's all included in foreplay, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? The shower. Your friend is on to something with that, because they should be turned on by that. Oh, I'm dealing with a queen heifer.
Right.
And I will 100% say that, unfortunately, and I have taught a lot of men how to wash their bodies, especially, their butts and stuff like that. There are a large group of men.
That's a damn
girl, don't tell no man to spread his cheeks.
Yeah, due to this machismo way of thinking, there are, and unfortunately we don't want to talk about it a lot in society. There are a large pool of men that aren't washing properly due to like this fear of enjoying anal play, or what if they spring some type of pleasure when it comes to anal play, and they'll end up liking it, and they end up like, question their whole sexual identity.
Right.
Let me go ahead and just put this out there. There are straight men that love prostate play and anal play from women, but have no desire to have it from men. And that's okay. That does not make you gay. But even if you are gay, that's totally okay too. If you're bi, that's okay. Being confident in who you are and feeling like you don't have to hide. Don't feel like you don't have to like be something you're not. That's important. But yeah, washing your ass and getting up in there. Getting up in there. Letting that water drip down. That water.
Here we go.
Getting it all sudsy and stuff. And if you enjoy that sensation, that's okay. That it's okay. You don't have to question your whole sexual identity because you enjoy a sensation.
Right? Yeah, like,
wash that thing.
Let that water trickle down your ass.
When we give it some sloppy toppy,
you're gonna be like, oh, this clean.
You don't got a problem with the spit going up down your balls and going down to your ass, so let that water do the same thing. God damn it.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth. It is the truth. I fucking love y'all. Y'all are so dope and amazing. Like, Jackie is on it, man. On it. Y'all are so amazing. One thing I do want us to touch on lastly is and this question is for both of y'all ladies, like how to maintain a healthy sex life as a single woman. You talk about it as like when you're in a committed relationship, or whatnot, because you're focused on you and your partner. But just period overall as a woman, but especially as a single woman, how can you maintain a healthy sex life that's also satisfying? Is that possible?
Yes.
We're gonna go with the expert first, because before we go with the ignorant. So go ahead.
Listen, we can be ignorant and expert.
We can do a little bit of both.
I think it takes a little bit of razzle dazzle in order to do this work. So listen, I'm single as a Pringle. And my sex life is fulfilling for me. I may not be getting it in every day, but best believe I'm always my best lover. I be getting it in myself.
Absolutely.
Myself. I am my best lover. But also, when it comes to intimacy as well too. There are certain folks that it may have flued out. You know, I live in Austin, Texas now. You know, they come fly to see me.
She said, they know what it is.
Come get flued out.
We ain't got a problem paying for a flight.
Some of that
I know that's right.
You know it's good when you have to get them flued out.
My producer is hilarious. Like, if y'all know him, I don't tell him to do none of this stuff, but he is on fucking point right now. I hope his ass is laughing too, because he had me with cracking the fuck up.
He should be.
But no, I hear you. I hear you though, because people always get like that. That'd be the first thing. I have gotten asked that, like, you know.
Great show, ladies. Great show. It's a great show. Great.
Thank you,
thank you, Mr. Producer, man.
Right.
You okay?
No bad.
Wait a minute. Let me turn it off the masculine, turn on the feminine. Thank you, Mr. Producer, man.
With the legs crossed. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
much. But no, I've gotten asked that question. They're like, well, you single, like, you probably ain't even like you can't do nothing, like you're just out here like your sex life probably horrible. And I'm just like, you don't, the first person you need to learn how to satisfy yourself. Fuck, like I probably can get me right before you can even get me right.
Come on, that's right.
You're like, what you doing? That ain't what you're supposed to do. Let me show you, because you know what I'm saying. And I think people forget that and like stop. Like, don't be overly confident with yourself, because a confident ass woman, she knows her body. She knows her body. She knows her worth, and she's well aware.
Right.
Everything that's happening. So you ain't got to talk that shit at all. So I think that's definitely important. What you was about to say, Chud? I know she was gonna say something.
Listen, I got a vibrator in the car. I got a vibrator in my purse. I got a vibrator in the crib, in my room, in a shoebox where can't nobody else find it. I like clitoral stimulation. You know what I'm saying? You got to know yourself.
Yes.
Having a healthy sex life and having a healthy sex partner, I think that comes hand in hand, but it's two totally separate aspects. You know what I'm saying? I'm single, been single for years. I have a healthy sex life. That includes me, and that also includes with other people. It's easy to go outside and find some sex. Hell, that's what a lot of men are looking for, or a lot of people, let me just say, are looking for. But when it comes to sex, ain't nobody trying to connect. So it's just sex. But when you mature, it's not just about sex. We need to connect a little bit. I need you to hear me. I need you to touch me. I need to see if you send chills through my body or something like that. So when it comes to a healthy sex partner, I may not have that, okay? But I have a healthy sex life because I know me. I know my vagina. We're going to bust a nut whenever we feel like it. Whenever I'm too stressed out or my boss done got on my nerves, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take me a bath. It don't even take 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? With a little vibrator, you put it right there on the clip. You know your spot.
I know that's right.
Get me where I need to go. You know what I'm saying? That's healthy. But now, even if you do have healthy sex partners and you have a plethora of opportunity, that's healthy and okay as well. As long as safety is first.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But that's also healthy because one person may provide to you penetration and you may get an orgasm from that. One person may have good head and that's all that's all that they're there for. One person may have both. And if they ask you to marry you right now, you're going to drop down and say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? So that's also healthy. That goes into the aspect of don't put all your eggs in one basket. Now that phrase right there fucked with me a little because I can only do one egg at a time. Too many baskets get on my damn nerves. That's too much going on because you got other baskets going on over there. Now we got one big basket and I really don't like baskets. Okay. But that's one thing that I think people should think about when they think about their sex life. Don't just put that all in one basket. That's a sex life with yourself. Now, when it gets to partners, you need to ask yourself, does this partner do this? Does this partner do this? What does it provide for you? And if none of that happens, go get you 3 more, okay? Right. Go do a yoni steam, and then that resets everything,
You so silly.
But I'd say as for me personally, I'm kind of in a 60-40 in my sex life. It's a person, that it don't matter what area in life that he's in. He can get it in the car. He can get it in the park. He can get it in and she too. But they ain't neither one of them worked for nothing else. So this is why I say I'm in a 60-40 category, because where I'm at now, I want an experience. I don't even want an orgasm. I want an experience. Now hold on, that's still in the 60-40 category, because yes, we want an orgasm. But I want you to pay attention to me in a way that nobody else has. I want you to study me. I want to see how much it is that or the links that you'll go to for me. That's what turns me on too. I want to know, can you caress me in a way that makes me blink 50,000 times? I want to feel my vagina pulsating, and no, it ain't no parasites, because we do juice cleanses around here.
Period.
It ain't the parasites. It ain't none of that. I want it to be you. I want to energetically feel you before I physically feel you. So that's why I say I'm in a 60-40, because I ain't putting myself out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. I don't want just another soul tie. I don't want just you to be able to say you nutted and you go on about your day. No, because I take on the energy as soon as you enter me. And then you got a whole bunch of energy going on over there. That's just combobulation. I don't like that. So,
people don't talk about that.
Right.
They don't. A lot of people don't talk about that, and that's where I'm at in my life right now. Like being, single, not having, not being sexually active with anybody at the moment or whatever. It's like I'm more so spiritual. It's a spiritual thing for me.
Right.
I need mental stimulation. It does. Like, I don't see how people. I can see it because before I got on my spiritual journey or whatever, well, I was fucking married and with somebody for years. But before I got on my spiritual journey, I can understand how some people can just be like, "Oh no, I'm fuck him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." When you're in tune with yourself, it's so different. Like you said, you don't want to you can't connect with everybody, and you don't want that soul tie with everybody. That shit is draining. You're gonna fuck around and you're gonna have a soul tie attached to somebody that drains the fuck out of you, and you're trying to figure out every time after you're done why the fuck you feel so exhausted. Because that motherfucker is draining you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people don't talk about that. That shit is definitely important. Like, yeah, mental stimulation for me is everything. You give me a nice ass conversation, we can talk about some shit, and like you said, you start turning me on, getting me right just with conversation. Right. That'll do it. That's just like what you said with the goddamn ear and the fucking elbow. You ain't got to do much. You say the right words. You're like, oh, something just happened. Yep, it happened. So absolutely.
That's so important. That's so important.
It is.
Because I think back in my early 20s, I was like, yeah, especially when I was a stud, I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna get like a copious amount of like pussy, like I was living in like Akron, Cleveland area at the time, and like I would go to like queer clubs, and I'd be wearing straps. I would strap chicks down.
Talk your shit.
You see her face when she said it though.
I know that's right.
Strap them down in the bathroom. And it was like, that was the stage I was in. Like, I thought that sex was more so performative, like I needed it, But now, very similarly, I'm in this space like, what can you do to metaphysically get me to a space where I feel seen and heard?
Absolutely.
I may not want that emotional connection.
Right.
I have a friend that he's like legitimately my friend. I'm polyamorous. This person's not polyamorous, so I know they wouldn't work well with us because don't work well with monogamy. So, but we're still very intimate together. He can get flued out. He gets flued out. And he's great, and metaphysically, he is a very great person. He brings that energy, but I don't want to be in a relationship with him, nor does he really want to be in a relationship with me, because we see relationship very differently. And that's okay. Communication and boundaries. That's important. Absolutely. Not a jump off. That was my early 20s. I'm beyond that now.
Hello, this is Hattie Mae Pierce.
I love it. You right though. Everything you said, absolutely right. Yeah, because like I think your 20s is like you're experimenting like days and like
You still gonna experience when you're 30, when you're 40, when you're 50.
yeah.
It just gets greater later.
You right. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. But yeah, I just want to say, ladies, y'all know that this is my first time like going live doing this. I'm looking at the comments from my bro Tyrone. Tyrone, thank you so much. I appreciate you. But I want to say to
What
you,
comments? My bad.
I probably can see you. I can see the comments. They pop up on my head. You all probably can't see it. But my bro Tyrone, who's also on the team, he just told me that he's so proud of me, and he talking about he loves the show. He loves the energy that's going on right now. But before we end the show, Chudney, thank you so much. The first time I met you, you was an inspiration. You don't even know it. I was going through a lot of shit. That class made me feel so fucking good. So I appreciate you. Thank you for allowing me to bring you onto my first show, my first visual show, and just talking to you. You trusted me, so thank you. Jay, oh my goodness. Yes, producer. Yes. Jay, thank you. Because when I met you and we had our first conversation, I was really at a dark space. And I remember that conversation. You provided me with a lot of insight, a lot of information that changed my life, that caused me to rethink a lot of things, you know, situations that I was in, and it caused me to dig deeper within myself. So I appreciate you for that. And I also want to say thank you for trusting me with you. Thank you for trusting me with you. The minute I said it and I offered this or whatever, this opportunity, you was for it. And like you're a fucking doctor. You know what I'm saying? You got degrees, you got experience. Well, it doesn't matter. You're doing the damn thing. Both of you guys are doing the thing. You know, both of you guys are doing the thing. So the fact that you trust me with that's dope. Not too many people can say that, you know? So I just want to say thank you again, ladies. I appreciate you, ladies, so fucking much. You're always welcome on the show. Always.
Thank you. Thank you. This is good shit. This is good shit, Shanell. This is good shit.
This is only more.
Yeah, I feel a part 2 coming on because we got some more shit to talk about.
Hey, but you know what's funny is, see, this one was like the ladies thing, and I wanted everyone to hear it. But I got some guys, and I already told you the name, Chudney, because you know them. They actually want to sit down and they want to have a conversation. And I think that's dope. I think that's real dope. So
we need a couch. We need 2 couches.
Yes.
And we need about 2-3 hours.
This was fucking dope. It was amazing. So a part 2 would definitely be it. Ladies, if ever, whenever you guys want to come back on, you're always welcome. I am so fucking happy. Thank you to my production team, Jackie. Thank you to Tyrone. Thank you. I appreciate you. I just love y'all, man. This was awesome. I'm so happy.
Thank you as well.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sex, Love, and Vibes. As always, follow your favorite homegirl, Shanell, and have a wonderful night. Thank you.